All right, hey. So here we are in 3D Tools 2, and we are currently looking at a bit of reference from the Illusion of Life page, where we have a number of different little animations of a box. Um, and your project is to recreate these. Um, recreate these animations with um, this little, hold on a second here, boop 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 boop, course content. This is session 2. Yeah, this little Johnny the Box rig. Project 1, principles of animation. So you're going to take these and you're going to make an example out of each one of these. Some of them require a little bit of ingenuity, like solid drawing. They're like, oh, what do I do? Well, you can recreate exactly what's here, or you can find some other way to represent it. Uh, I think it's fine to recreate what you see here. And let's take a look at Johnny the Box here. So, Johnny the Box, he might have a slight issue. If you click on this, you might see he's rotated at 90 degrees. He shouldn't be, I don't think. It should be fine. So you shouldn't have that issue. But you'll want to make that kind of zero out if there's such a thing with the rig. But it should be all right. So here I have Johnny the Box, right? And he's got a number of controls. Kind of a base control for moving the whole thing. He's got a middle control for moving his body. But you want to kind of use this one for up-down jumping. And this one more for moving him around the scene. And then he's got a bottom one, which does some squashy stretchiness. And same for the top. And of course he's got some eye selections. So, in lab, first day, I think we'll take some time to get used to that and start working on it. But remember to set project, right? Set the project proper, make a new file, project folder, and set it. Save it out. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at I'll pick one. Let's do the I'm gonna do slow in, slow out because that one is actually kind of that one's kind of tricky. It kind of lines up with timing as well. Let's do that. Let's take him, and what we'll do is we'll place him at a point over here, and we'll hit S key to set, and then let's time this out. So slow in it's about 1 second. So let's make sure that we have our timing set up proper. 24 frames per second is what we want. 24 frames, yep, okay. So I'll go on over to 24 here, and let's take him and put him over here. And let's key him up there. And then go back here, and we'll go to 48 frames. And let's key him back over here. Right? Interesting. Hold on 1 second here. I wonder why he rotated. I feel like he wasn't. Let's see how that goes. Alright. Weird, his face is back facing. Alright. There are some slight issues with the slight issues with sort of this rotation here. I'm not sure what it is. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Oh, hey, a good one to use. Let's go ahead and move on over directly to animation. So we'll get our little animation set up down below. Now it doesn't look like there's any issues here. What is this one here? Translate and movement. And what's this one? Interesting. How peculiar. Yeah, there was like an undefined placement in there. Make sure you don't have one of those sitting there. Feels like maybe there shouldn't be, but I think there's some kind of issue with the rotation on the master file. Anyway, let's go ahead and, okay, so we got this movement here that's just sort of doing the standard back and forth. Now, there's no real timing here for the slow in and slow out, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take control of these here and do a little bit of the slow in, slow out action. So we're going to grab these and we're going to go ahead and break those tangents. And we are going to go ahead and adjust them for our own purposes. So let's see here. We want to... We might need another one. Let's go ahead and break this one too. Let's see if that works for us. Let's break this one. So it's going to be a very... Whoop. See, it kind of bounces hard over there. So it'll bounce. And what we really want is we want a softening of that. It's doing it good right here, where it goes across. Got this nice arcing nature to it. What we probably need is to... We probably do need another point, actually. So let's go ahead and let's set up that point right about halfway through, right? Let's put a point here, and we'll put a point here. And the purpose of these points is that we will let this slow drag. Oops, break those tangents again. Let's let this slow drag on in here and here, right? And that should give us what we want. Maybe it might be a little funky here. Yeah, see? There you go. So, yeah, that's nice. See that nice arc and trajectory? So this arc and trajectory will give us, and we might even take these 2 points and lower them, which is just, I select them both and I kind of grab the shift and I drag it down a little bit. Like that. These are not 100% exact. See, there we go. Now look at that nice whoop. It kind of goes a lot faster in the middle. Now I'm not sure. I kind of almost like the other way. Let's take a look at our reference that we have. Yeah, yeah. Let's undo that again. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah, I do kind of like it like that. If anything, maybe these points could be placed closer. I'd like to get rid of the green line. I don't need that one. Thank you. Let's see what this does for us. See how it kind of slows down as it hits the end there? Ooh. A little faster. What do we got here? And if we push it this way, we move these closer. Okay, kind of messes it up. It's because this one's dipping too much. There we go. So it was better off before. You can see that motion is a lot more. There you go. Ignore this box. This is a mental ray issue. All right. So now that we kind of have a pretty decent back and forth, we can add a little bit of extra action to it, a little bit of secondary action. So let's take this. Oh, we don't need this one. Let's translate. Get rid of that. Oh, or is that our fix? That was our fix. We'll leave that. We'll leave it in. Let's mess with some other aspects. Let's go ahead and hit us right here. And let's give it a little bit of arguably. Right, so there you go. And then when it hits this point here, that slow in can give us a little bit of an adjustment to it. Right. So here we can take this and kind of pull it back in a little bit. Right, because the idea is as it hits this point, yeah, we gotta make another point right here for it to latch onto. We get a reversal of action. So that is sort of the follow through. Let's go ahead and make our marks. We got that one, we got one here. I want this to mark just so I can see them. I think the new 2020 has a way to actually see these. And then what's our final destination? Should be 48. And let's zero these out for 48 so we can readjust them. Right? Okay, so now we got kind of an entire curve that kind of does its whole, see? Now, when it hits here, we have a couple of frames where it really should be jerked back into a standard position. Right? Hits here. And it probably is actually worth it to actually give it a jerk the other way real quick. Let's turn on our, now that we have points, I'm going to auto key so that it just keys it. And let's zero these out again real quick just to give it some, so there's like a lot of forces are kind of being exerted at this point, and then by the time it's going here, these have to be zeroed out, and they're going to be going the other way, and we're going to go ahead and push that like so. And same thing here, actually. So let's go ahead and kind of hits back here. What we probably actually need for a full loop, because it's sort of starting here, is we probably also need a little bit of a jerk back. So right, so these ones are not appropriate here. What we need is, let's see, as he comes back in, need an extreme push back here. Right, let's try that. It's too fast. Let's see. So I like this here. Over. Really make it happen. Here to here to here. Probably needs a pretty extreme push this way. This one is too quick. That's too long. So this is kind of a smoothing out. It should be. Yeah. You almost need it to be back here at this point. So let's kill that. And we'll put it here, and we'll give them. Oh, man. Let's try that. And to shorten this up, we'll kick this down to 47 instead of 48. There we go. That works. That works for me. Now he's being dragged. We don't have enough time for a bounce back because he never stops. So the momentum needs to keep going back and forth. So we get this nice squash and stretch, some exaggeration, and a push and pull. And the character moves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And to output this, we will go ahead and we're just going to turn off. We don't want the NURBS curves, and we don't want the controllers. Oops, sorry. What is that? Let's turn off all of it and just show polygons. What are these? These are polygons? Okay. There we go. Woo! And I could do something with the eyes. Maybe make them look somewhere or something, but you get the idea here, right? You could make the eyes at this point have like a fun whoa wiggle back and forth. And this is an example of something I'm doing that's more than what was in the visual reference here. So that's just back and forth, but it's got the emphasis and the secondary action, the follow through and stuff. That actually helps quite a bit with the. That's a follow through motion with the selling of the in and out. See, it's faster in the middle, slower when it slows down, right? And to output this, we will just take it to right click here. We'll play blast it out as an AVI quality, whatever, fine. And name it and apply, and it'll play blast out. Oh, we want to, save it. Save to file. So we'll tell it to save somewhere. So we'd say your name, Fortin, Phil, whatever, right? Fortin underscore Phil underscore project 1, right? Or whatever. And we'd play blast that out. Hit apply, and it'll do it, and there you go. You'll have yourself a nice little animation, and you'll do that for all 12. So this is kind of a longer term project as you work your way through exploration of the projects. And it's something that we'll definitely want to maybe talk about and work on in lab. But this is kind of the rundown here, and I've done a lot of little adjustments. You can see, I'll bring back, let me show all again. And if I select this, you can see there's not that many points of reference. I really didn't do that much to it, but you can go a little further. You can do fun things with the eyebrows and such. What? What am I doing? Right? You know, tell a story with it, with your little animations, but mostly try and nail down the core concepts. But remember, for each of these primary animation principles, there's a load of secondary principles that do come into play here. I mean, this is a lot about, this is slow in, slow out, but that's a lot about timing. And there's a bit about staging because we have a little character. And I've added some exaggeration, and I've added squash and stretch, and I've added follow through, right? Secondary actions would be if I started doing things with the eyes and the face. So you got a lot you can work with in every single animation. You have a principal animation, a main principle you're working with, but there's all these little pieces. So, you know, enjoy the animation process. It is a lot of fun, and when you get done, you get to see these really fun little animations of the character doing his thing, its thing. It's a box. I love it. It's so much fun. And you can do a lot of interesting things with it. You know, feel free to explore a little bit, as long as you're nailing that. It's got to look somewhat like the reference and nail that principle. So have fun with it.